I have in front of me here a 15-metre soaker hose that we have available on thegardenshop.ie. Now I believe a more accurate name for this product should be a soaker and sprinkler hose, because effectively there's two different manners we can use it in depending on how we orientate the actual hose pipe. So you can see the hose here. We have the central tube here through which the water runs, and then we have a wide flange either side on it, and the idea of this is to give it stability, to make it lie in a certain direction. Okay. Now all along the top of it here we have two small little slits side by side at equal distances the entire length of the hose. Now the idea with this would be you would use it in conjunction with something like a newly planted hedge, so that you could have a continuous and steady stream of water over the entire length of the pipe. Now depending if you're going to use it as a soaker or a sprinkler, this will very much determine the actual width with which you'll be able to water with this. So I'm going to just show you how I'm going to connect this onto the hose pipe. Now the first thing to note here on both ends of it is we have a screw-on connection like this. Now on the cap end, which is on the far end here, if I just show you these in focus together, you can see where they screw into each other, which is quite good. Now if you put the cap on, if we only need the 15-metre length, it's excellent from that perspective in terms of it simply terminates here. But if we wanted it to add longer length, we can actually come along and join several of these pipes together. Okay, so we come over to the hose here. This is your typical hose lock type connection we have here, okay, where it snaps on. But this isn't suitable for this. But if we actually unscrew the typical hose pipe, the connection, the typical tap that the hose lock will go onto is exactly what we need. Now, in reality, what we should be using here is some type of plumber's tape. So what we do is we'd wrap it around here. When we screw it on and lock this into a permanent position, it would actually give quite a watertight seal. So in this particular thing, for this demonstration, I'm just going to tighten it in here. And we'll tighten it as good as we can, but you know, there'll obviously be a certain level of leakage here because of that. But what we'll do is we'll move this pipe down along here. Okay? What I'm simply going to do is just unroll it to this point here. Okay, you can imagine anyway, it's the same basic principle over 3 meters as it is 15 meters. And what I'll do then is I'll simply turn on this hose pipe here. And we can see here that I have the hose jets pointed upwards, and it's giving a huge 1 meter or so spray on either side. We can see the water is spraying out even as far as here, a little bit further. But if you can imagine, if I just turn this off for a second, and I was to turn this hose pipe downwards onto the ground like this, that's what we should do now in a second, and turn it back on, we can see here along this entire length, what we're actually having now is a very, very direct thing where we only have maybe a couple of inches either side where we've been sprayed. So we can use it in either ways. We can use it as a very fine spray over a short distance, over a short width, or as a much wider one. And this is why I said it's more accurate to describe this as both either a soaker or a sprinkler hose. So that's it, an overview of this hose. We've actually found this quite good, and as you can see, the actual strength of the water jets out of it for filming purposes always proves too strong. But a nice product on thegardenshop.ie.